Hey guys, and welcome on into another episode on Picks on Net, NHL Picks and Predictions. I'm your host, Terry Edelman at TE Picks on Twitter, ready to break down the Thursday slate. 9 games to talk about today, which we will break down here shortly. Tuesday was a pretty even day overall. I think I went 6-5, a small winning day, and then a small losing day yesterday. Tage Thompson anytime goal cashed. Fortunately, Cole Caulfield didn't score, and the Habs lost. So, small winning day on Tuesday, small losing day yesterday, and now we've got a bunch of good spots to talk about on today's slate, which we'll of course get to here in just a moment. First, before we get to the chat, we'll start by taking a look at the updated standings as they are today. Florida Panthers in first with 83 points. Toronto in second with 81. Those two teams face each other tonight. So a big game between those division rivals. Tampa Bay in third place with 78 points. In the Metro, Washington with 94, Carolina with 82, and the New Jersey Devils with 76 points. In the wildcard spots, Ottawa in the top spot with 73 points, 3 points ahead of the Columbus Blue Jackets with 70, Montreal Canadiens a point behind with 69, and of course Rangers and Detroit and Boston all with 68, all still in the playoff race. Islanders 3 points behind with 65, followed by Philly and Pittsburgh with 62, and the Buffalo Sabres at the bottom of the Eastern Conference with 56. In the Central, Winnipeg in first with 94 points, Dallas in second with 86, the Colorado Avalanche with 81. The Vegas Golden Knights in first with 83, Edmonton with 78 points, the LA Kings 1 point behind with 77. Wildcard spots, Minnesota Wild in the first spot with 78 points, 7 points ahead of Calgary and Vancouver, who are both tied for the final wildcard spot with 71. St. Louis with 69, tied with Utah, also with 69. And then you've got a drop-off here with Anaheim with 63, Seattle with 60, and the bottom three of the Western Conference. And we have a great battle between Florida and Toronto in the top of the Atlantic. And then we've got a battle between Chicago and San Jose for bottom of the Western Conference, which San Jose looks to have a nice lead in here heading into today's slate. If you guys like the show, make sure to hit the like button. Also, hit the subscribe button if you are new. And thank you, everyone, for the support. We're going to jump into the chat and see what people are thinking. Chances of what? Question mark. I'm not sure. Maybe I missed out on a comment or something before that. Terry, you have 26 seconds. TikTok. Yes, I was late. I was a minute late. Yeah. That's going to happen sometimes. I do work from home before the show starts, so technically it might happen. But never more than just a couple minutes at the most. Stop Geo, how's it going? Yeah, I want to throw up. That's my thoughts on Brandon Montour's overtime goal. I want to throw up having to watch that. Yay, the Leafs get the lead after tonight and Kitties go to 3. Okay. Terry ... Hello, Nicholas. How's it going? Go Wild, go Sabres. All right. Well, the Wild play today, but the Sabres don't. But we're going to jump into the first game of the slate here, which we talked about there in the standings. The Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs here. Florida, minus 135, road favorites. The Toronto Maple Leafs, plus 115, home dogs. Total of 5.5 here in our first game of the night. Looking at goaltenders here, Anthony Stolar is confirmed for Toronto, and Sergei Bobrovsky confirmed for Florida. Stolar's had a disappointing game in his most recent start, giving up 5 goals and 32 shots against the Colorado Avalanche. But previous to that, he's been excellent all season long. 2.33 goals against average, 921 save percentage. Bobrovsky on the other side had their winning streak snapped against the Boston Bruins in their last game. Bobrovsky here, 2.63 goals against average, 907 save percentage here in this one. And when I look at this game here, yes, Aaron Ekblad's still in jail, but don't worry, I'm going to take him off the sheet after today. I just wanted to have him in the one more time. But Mackie Samoskevich has been pretty consistent for the Florida Panthers. He's been on the show. We've seen his face quite a few times this year. Haven't really backed him very much, but I'm going to do that tonight. Give me Mackie Samoskevich over half a point here in this one, which I got for plus 108. Obviously, a point in 4 of his last 5 games. He's faced Toronto once, and he got a point in that game. So obviously not a large sample size, but facing him in one game, he got a point. I'll take him here. Alexander Barkov has a 0.45 against Toronto. He's been heating up with points in 3 of 4 lately, so he could be a good look here in this game. When it comes to the Leafs, the guy with value is Matthew Knies here in this game. We are going to talk about Matthew Knies at the end of the show. There's a new segment and a small little announcement, but a new segment at the end of the show, which we'll get to, and then we'll discuss a little bit more about Matthew Knies then. But on that top line with Matthews and Marner, a 0.6 of his last 7 games, there's value with Knies as well in this game. But I just pulled the trigger with Samoskevich to get a point here for the Florida Panthers in this game. When it comes to the side, obviously Leafs at home as a dog. There's value with the Leafs here at plus money, but I'm not confident that they win this game. I could see an overtime game here in this one. No good, no strong enough leans for me to pull the trigger on the side, so it's a pass here. Leafs plus 120. All right. Ekblad's still in prison. LOL. Yes, and technically for like another 18 games. So I could keep him here on the screen, and especially with Florida not like having a lot of consistent players. Ekblad is kind of no, I'm kidding. I'll take him off after this show because but we won't be talking about him until the playoffs. Go Leafs go, says Ice X. Okay. Feels like Leafs are no bet. I can feel that. Matthew Knies plus 250. Nylander assist plus 125. Sam Bennett plus 180. And Reinhardt plus 140. Good luck, Robert. I don't know how high of a scoring game this one is. Honestly, I feel like this is probably a 2-2 game that goes to overtime and somebody wins 3-2 would be kind of my gut feeling, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. On to our next game. We've got the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Philadelphia Flyers here. Tampa Bay minus 150. Road favorites, the Flyers plus 125. Home dogs, and a total of 6 here in this one. An interesting total here with the amount of players that we have on hot streaks here in this game, which is nobody. The Tampa Bay Lightning, that top line, which has been so consistent for so long now, back-to-back games, no points for either of them. Kucherov, Gensel, or Point. And as well, Kucherov is sick. He's dealing with a sickness. He's a game-time decision to play tonight, which just does not make me interested in looking at the Tampa Bay Lightning's top line. but we haven't seen consistent offense for either of these teams in recent games. Looking at the goaltenders here for this one, we do have Jonas Johansson likely, Samuel Ersson confirmed for the Philadelphia Flyers. Flyers have lost 5 in a row. Tampa Bay has lost back-to-back, being outscored 8-1 in those 2 games. This should be a Tampa Bay bounce-back spot, but I don't want to lay a number with Tampa Bay with their top line, at least their top player sick. This game just is an easy pass. Easy pass for me on today's slate. Lots of other better spots to talk about, I think, than this game. But we'll see what happens here in this game. It is Braden Point's birthday today, so for people that like to back players on their birthday, it could be a good look for him there. Tampa puck line and team total over 3.5, plus 115. All right. Is Kucherov out? He's a game time decision, so he may or may not play tonight. But he is sick. He's dealing with a sickness of some kind. Pikachu is on the Lightning. Go Bolts, go. All right. Tampa -1. Got it before the Johansson news, and you added Tampa team total over 3.5 there. Okay, there we go. Gensel plus 160, anytime goal. Tampa's played like shit back-to-back games. They're going to unleash a storm tonight. They definitely should. They definitely should. They are the better team. That's clear, but neither of these two teams in good form right now, so I'll pass in this game. I won't pass here in our next game, though. The Boston Bruins plus 165. The Ottawa Senators minus 200. Home favorites here. Total 5.5 here in this game. And when I look at this game here, when it comes to the side, it would have to be Boston or pass. I am passing when it comes to the side, though. This Ottawa Senators team, they seem to have found it here. These last few games, I believe they won 4 of their last 5 now. They're starting to play pretty well recently. 5-2 win against Philly in their last game. 2-1 win against Detroit. And then back-to-back 4-3 overtime wins. A shootout loss to Washington before that. Yes, they haven't faced really strong opponents in Chicago, Philadelphia, Detroit, and the Rangers. But they are getting the wins. And the win against Detroit and the win against the Rangers were incredibly important, being two teams that they are trying to hold off from catching them in the playoff race here. Now they're facing this Boston Bruins team, which obviously we know what they did, trading away Marchand at the deadline, and as well as another defenseman as well. So a lot of people are really down on this Bruins team. Looking at this price at plus 165, I don't think the Ottawa Senators are that much better than the Boston Bruins. I don't think this game is priced correctly. Obviously, Boston, they've won back-to-back games, 4-0 in Tampa Bay, 3-2 at home against Florida. Those are two incredibly tough opponents, and I would say both are I don't want to say far better than the Senators, but both are definitely better teams than the Senators. Ultimately, when it comes to the side in this game, I can't get involved here. I will take Brady Tkachuk anytime goal. He's scored in 6 of his last 7 games. If this Senators team does make the playoffs, it is because of their captain, Brady Tkachuk. He is their MVP. Plus 135. Anytime goal for Tkachuk. I know plus 135 isn't really the best odds, but 6 of his last 7 games, very consistent recently. So we'll take him here in this one. If you want to back somebody with the Boston Bruins, there's really one guy, David Pastrnak. Point 21 of his last 22 games, an assist in 5 of his last 6, and he's got a point 6 in a row against the Senators. So If you are going to look at some kind of player props with Boston, it would be Pasternak for me in some form. And then we're taking Tkachuk. Anytime goal here, pass on the side in this game. He has been sick the past few games, been allergic to not turning the puck over. Yeah, exactly. So hasn't looked good at all. Kucherov. Bruins plus 170. Great odds. Great odds. A bad travel spot for the Sens. All right. Go Sens go, says IceX, who, if you look at his picture there, says fire Don Sweeney. So obviously he wants Boston to lose, so hopefully Sweeney gets fired. I feel ya. Senators -1. Bruins aren't keeping this up. Maybe, but it's just the odds here. Like even the -1 is -125. There's just absolutely no value backing Ottawa, except maybe take Brady Tkachuk. Morgan Geeky plus 225. Anytime goal. Allmark revenge game. Yeah, that's going to be really interesting. Obviously, facing Bruins, facing Boston here. He's going to want to have a good game. That's for sure. I pray that the Sens throw the Bruins around and then Sweeney gets fired. Yeah, see? I called it. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking when you say go Sens go. Doesn't Zadorov hate Tkachuk? Doesn't 95% of the NHL hate Tkachuk? I'm pretty sure. Brewski, no revenge. No revenge. Brady, Leon, Tkachuk. Is that actually his middle name? Really? Back in Toronto for the week, watching this at 1:15, not 10:15 is screwing with me. Hey, it's usually at 1:15, so that's the time we're used to, but wow, interesting. We'll move on to our next game here, and I don't want to say this is my favorite game of the night, but this is probably my favorite game of the night. Vegas Golden Knights and the Columbus Blue Jackets here. Vegas -190, road favorites. The Columbus Blue Jackets plus 160 home dogs. Total of 6.5 here in this game. And Finnegan is barking right now. I don't know if you guys can hear him. But he was barking yesterday when the Wild, or in the other show, when the Wild game came on and the Wild got the upset win. So maybe Columbus is about to win. Maybe that's what Finnegan's trying to tell us. But Aiden Hill likely for Vegas here. Elvis Merzlikins confirmed for Columbus. And when I look at this game here, the over 6.5 is very tempting. The over 6.5 is very tempting here. This Blue Jackets team has been an over team, especially at home. Their offense is stronger at home than it is on the road. As you can see, Fantilli, Kent Johnson, we've been backing both of them. And guess what? We're backing both of them again to get a point here. Out of Fantilli, over half a point, -120, 0.6 unit play there. And then a 0.5 unit play on Kent Johnson, over half a point, -104. Finally, for once, it's not plus money. For Kent Johnson, he's just been so consistent for Columbus. And then Zach Werenski is definitely a good look. 0.4 of his last 5 games, an assist in 5 in a row against the Vegas Golden Knights. And then when you look at the Vegas Golden Knights, as you can see here, guys are heating up. That top line with Mark Stone and Jack Eichel. And, of course, Dorofeev and Hertl on the second line both have good history against Columbus. Dorofeev and Hertl. Hannafin, he's been producing for the Golden Knights. Here, my player prop with Vegas is Jack Eichel, over half a power play point, plus 195, half unit play there. Half unit power play point. That's what I was going to say. Eichel has a power play point 5 of his last 6 games. The Vegas Golden Knights do damage on the power play. Columbus has allowed a power play goal in 5 of their last 6 games. The 24th ranked penalty kill in the NHL. Their penalty kill struggles here. This Vegas power play, rocking and rolling. Eichel, of course, the guy on the power play. So we'll take him. Plus 195 to get a power play point. Fantilli point and Ken Johnson point. I lean with the over 6.5 in this game, as I do expect goals here on both sides. But ultimately, I didn't want to get to it. I would have rather seen it at a 6 than the 6.5. So it is a heavy lean for me on the 6.5. I just didn't end up pulling the trigger here with the over, but we got some player props here in this game. Columbus money line plus 169. Finnegan agrees with you. He does. Go Knights go in reg. All right. Over 6.5 plus 104. All right. I want to keep fading Columbus because Nick does not like Columbus for some reason, but we'll look to do that more when they're on the road. All right. Nick is not a fan of the Blue Jackets. Voronkov assist plus 300. Marchenko goal plus 200. Jackets are the number one over team in the that doesn't surprise me. In the NHL, 21 first period overs is second only to Washington and Chicago, both with 23. Okay, so they're over early and often. Sounds good to me. I had a feeling that they were probably like top 3 in overs teams in the NHL. So number 1, there you go. Werenski over 1.5 points plus 230. Definitely a good look. Dorofeyev 15 road goals leads the NHL. And you're on Eichel power play as well. Power play point. Love it. And Dorofeyev, okay, so good on the road. He's heating up lately, has good numbers against Columbus, so maybe you want to look at Dorofeyev. Ken Johnson plus 275. Anytime goal. All right. Something else I wanted to mention. He's not here on the sheet, but Matthew Olivier is on that second line with Kent Johnson, Boone Jenner. And he's been producing at times lately, obviously playing with Kent Johnson the way he's playing. You're going to get some good looks. But I think Matthew Olivier has been producing with goals lately, so keep an eye on him on that line. He could be a good plus money play. Rensky has 48 points and has recorded a point in 23 of his last 24 home games. Amazing. He played Zach for over 1.5 points quarter unit as well. Good luck. Dorofeyev leads Vegas, not the NHL. Okay. But we'll move on along to our next game here. The St. Louis Blues and the Pittsburgh Penguins here. St. Louis around minus 135, road favorite, Pittsburgh plus 115, home dogs, total 5.5 here in this one. Jordan Binnington confirmed for St. Louis. Tristan Jarry confirmed for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And Jarry, Pittsburgh's won both games since he's come back. He stopped 64 of 67 shots. So, hey, maybe he's finally turned the corner after an extremely horrific start to start the season. A little bit late at this point, but he looks like he's more back on track. And then Jordan Binnington, 20-20-4 in the year, 2.79 goals against average, 898 save percentage for the Blues. I'm not looking to back the Blues as a road favorite at this price. I don't want to take Pittsburgh either, though. Pittsburgh, at this point of the year, they don't really have a whole lot to play for. This team is not making the playoffs. St. Louis Blues on the other side, they really do have something to play for. But as we saw yesterday with the Montreal Canadiens and Seattle Kraken, it doesn't necessarily matter if you have something to play for. The other team can definitely still win. So the Blues should be more motivated in this game. I don't really like what I'm seeing from the Blues offense when it comes to player consistency. Zach Bolduc, he's scored in 3 of his 5 games, 3 of his last 5. 0.45, you can't bet his point prop, unfortunately, but his goal prop is likely available. Sidney Crosby scored in back-to-back games. Ricard Raquel playing well. Also, but this game, another easy pass on today's slate. this game. Go Blues, go. All right. Blues minus 135 and over 5.5. All right. If I'm falling for the trap, so be it. Nick is a Blues fan at heart. St. Louis should be minus 120. They should be minus 150 at minimum. Blues money line. All right. Blues team total over 3.5 plus 135 plus 145. All right. Terry not backing the Blues. Shocker. Minus 135 on the road. No thanks. Especially not against a goaltender. Yes, Tristan Jarry. I know what he's done in this season, but I watched him against Minnesota. And not a goalie I'd necessarily want to bet against right now. Now, he could very well get lit up in this game, but I have no interest in putting my money on it. Buchnevich, plus 275. Neighbors Point, plus 130. And Kyrou assist, plus 150. All three players, well, not Neighbors, but the other two guys I had to take off the sheet here for inconsistency. But we'll continue on along with our next game, the Edmonton Oilers. Minus 135 road favorites as well. Plus 115 home dogs for the Devils. Total of 6 here in this one. Looking at goaltenders here. Bear with me. Jake Allen likely for the Devils. Nobody yet confirmed for the Edmonton Oilers here in this one. And when I look at this game here, pass. Now, if you look at Mr. Leon Draisaitl, if he keeps this up, there's not going to be room on the sheet for anything else because he's got so much here to talk about with Draisaitl. Point, obviously, in 23 of his last 24 games. Multiple points in 4 or 5, an assist in 5 in a row, power play point in 4 or 5, and a point in 6 or 7 against New Jersey. If you are looking towards Edmonton props, Draisaitl obviously is on fire right now. Mr. McDavid, multiple points in 5 of his last 6 against New Jersey. So he's a good look. Evan Bouchard, a point in 5 in a row. Ultimately, not a lot of value with Draisaitl and McDavid. Maybe they're multi-point props. There's value, but ultimately I'm staying off here in this game. But won't be surprised to see Draisaitl and McDavid have multi-point nights and the Oilers win this game 4-2 here. But no place for me in this one. Rust has 4 goals in 5 games against Benner, plus 230. All right. I trust in Monty. Okay. McDavid, 7 goals, 20 assists in 15 games against the Devils. Yeah, he's had success against them for sure. Raise hell, Devils. All right. Jesper Bratt, plus 250, anytime goal. And the over 6, you got much better odds than what Bet365 has at plus 104. Bet365 has minus 105. For anyone wondering, the odds I do put on the screen are Bet365 odds. So for anyone wondering. But we'll continue on along to the game of the night. No, I'm kidding, but should be a good game. Rangers, minus 110 against the Wild, minus 110. Total 5.5 here in this one. Philip Gustafsson starting for the Wild once again. And Gustafsson was excellent. 27 or 28 shots he stopped against the Colorado Avalanche in the Wild's win. This Rangers team has lost 4 games in a row, not overall playing very well. But the Wild, obviously they did get that shootout win against Colorado, but back-to-back 3-1 losses before that. The Wild have overall struggled at home, 15-14-1. The Rangers 15-14-3 on the road. The Rangers have won 3 of the last 4 meetings between the teams. Ultimately, some people may be saying, Terry, why aren't you on your Wild? Well, just because I can't just take the Wild because, they're minus 110 here. I should just take them. I have to be confident that they're going to win this game. And I'm not. I think this is a coin flip. I think the odds are right at minus 110 each way. And I think either team could win this game. Looking at player props, Artemi Panarin. Hold on a second there. I want to make sure that it's goal and not point. Bear with me for a second. I'm pretty sure that it is point. Goals versus Minnesota. No, incorrect. No. He scored in 3 of his last 4 games against Minnesota, a goal in 5 of his last 6. Fortunately, even though I would really rather not to have to go add Panarin after the show. Obviously scoring 5 of 6, but also success against the Wild as well. So I'll be locking in Panarin. Or actually, hold on a second. Isn't Panarin like plus 115 or something? Isn't that why? That might be why I stayed off. Hold on a second here. Let's see. Artemi Panarin goal. Oh, plus 180, plus 175. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I missed that. But yeah, I'll be locking in Artemi Panarin anytime goal. Success against the Wild and a lot of success lately. For Minnesota, Matt Zuccarello, former Ranger player, 0.4 of 6. Obviously, the 2 games that he didn't get a point were the 2 losses the Wild lost recently, but he's a 0.5 of his last 6 against his former team in the New York Rangers. So don't be surprised to see Zuccarello get on the score sheet. Boldy an assist in 3 of 4. He's a good look, but I was originally passing this game, but my only play is Artemi Panarin. Anytime goal plus 180. Plus 180 here in this game. Go up. There we go. Bunch of chat here to talk about. Chat's going off right now. Draisaitl plus 120 for 2 and McJesus plus 100 for 2. Okay. Yeah, no value. I agree. No value. Obviously, they've been doing it, but this Devils team is an under team. And yeah, there's no value there. If they were facing a team like, I don't know, like Chicago or San Jose or Buffalo, then I'd be more willing to look at those prices there. But tough game. If Edmonton beats Buffalo, then I would be on New Jersey. Don't want to fade Edmonton off that game versus Buffalo. Devils will beat up on bad teams enough to make the playoffs. Today's not a New Jersey spot. All right. Blues team total over 3.5 is a good way to go. Pens have given up 4 more in 37 of their 41 losses. All right, there you go. I'm a Rangers fan. If they go up 1 early, you're betting Minnesota. Yeah, they have been blowing leads, haven't they, lately? Go Regs go in regulation. Do you want to be banned, IceX? How dare you? No, I'm kidding. Zuccarello plus 250 anytime goal versus former team. Wouldn't surprise me. Good luck today, Terry and all. I'll be watching from the beginning. Thanks, Captain Bry. Hope all is going well with you. At Boog, bonkers, LOL. There you go. 2 teams I really don't trust. My wild money line bet last game was at Avs in a bad spot play more than anything, and Rangers are not trustworthy at the moment. Hard pass. Yeah, there's no edge here. Minus 110 each way. I think it's a coin flip. I think it's priced correctly. Brzezinski plus 700 and Miller plus 900, both from Minnesota. All right. They lose leads quicker than working women lose their clothes. Well, there you go. Trocheck assist plus 175. All right. He's been somewhat consistent lately. Wild money line. Obviously, I hope that cashes. Are the visuals blurry to anyone else, or do I need to get my eyes checked? They shouldn't be. My aisles suck, but at least so do the pens and rags. I guess that's a positive way to look at it. IceX finds that funny. Yeah, I get it. At least the Sabres won't lose today. Exactly. Speaking about the Sabres, I'll be betting Tage Thompson. I don't know if they play tomorrow. I can't remember, but I'll be back in Tage Thompson while he's on this heater. So that's something positive to look at with Buffalo. But 2 games left, and then we'll get to the new segment of the day. Washington Capitals and the LA Kings here. Washington around plus 105. Road dogs, the LA Kings minus 125. Home favorites, and a total of 5.5 here in this one. And as you can see here with Washington, packed house here. Their top 2 lines rocking and rolling right now. Obviously, Ovechkin, Strome, Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson, 5 consecutive games, no points against LA. So maybe if I was betting props with that line, I would maybe stay away from Wilson there. Dylan Strome has scored in back-to-back games. Ovechkin a point in 3 of 4. Not really scoring as much recently. He still has a couple goals, but an assist there in his last game. The line I'm looking at is that second one here. Obviously, Pierre-Luc Dubois facing his former team. Well, he's got a point in 4 or 5, and 5 of his last 6 against his former team. Alexei Protas off the hat trick in his last game, point in 4 or 5. He's got a point in 2 of 3 against LA. Give me Alexei Protas point here, which I got for plus 122 at FanDuel. And then give me Connor McMichael over half a point, which I got for plus 124 at FanDuel. FanDuel has great prices on all 3 of those. Dubois, I think, is minus 113 for a point. Protas plus 122. McMichael plus 124. Great value. That second line there, obviously all producing right now, and they've all produced against LA recently. So I would be looking at that second line. And then for the LA Kings, you guys know what play I'm taking with the LA Kings. Give me Quinton Byfield anytime goal here. We cashed on him in his last game. He scored in 4 games in a row, and he's plus 330. Plus 330 once again. I think it was plus 3 something the last game. Plus 330 here for Byfield anytime goal. I'll take that for a 0.3 unit play. Smaller play on Quinton Byfield. And then if you wanted to mix and match with that third line with the same game parlay, maybe even take all 3 to get a point, you could do that. If you want to look at Pierre-Luc Dubois props by themselves, you could do that as well. I think he's a great look here against the LA Kings. Obviously, the LA Kings, the best home team in the NHL. Washington Capitals, one of the best road teams in the NHL. So this should be a great game here tonight. Caps money line, plus 115. Go Kings go in reg. All right. Over 6, minus 101. Also donuts for Ovi. Wow. Byfield plus 300. Yeah, great value there. LOL, just kidding, wink. Yeah, there you go. Protas is a beast. Yeah, obviously, like, he's had a lot of success with Ovechkin too, but even on the second line, he's had a lot of success. And what a great game he had his last game. And plus money just for him to get a point, plus 122. There's a ton of value there. Ton of value. Pierre-Luc Dubois plus 250 anytime goal. I won't be surprised. Now, actually, I do want to check. I'm assuming that it's going to be Kemper here. Neither goaltender is confirmed. Both unconfirmed. You would think it would be Kemper, since Kemper obviously was traded for Pierre-Luc Dubois. Pierre-Luc Dubois scoring a goal on Darcy Kemper would be poetic. So we'll see if that's the case. Lean Kings. All right. Tom Wilson over 1.5 points, plus 410. All right. So you think he ends his pointless streak against the Kings? All right. Fogle assist, plus 300. He's been good, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. And McMichael assist and goal, plus 225 and plus 275. Yeah, the great value there. Old Fudge, I didn't know it would be a potential Kemper versus Caps. LOL, Kemper shutout. Shutout. Definitely not anymore. If he starts, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I do not want to shut out in this game. So, no. But On to our next game. This is a game that everybody's been waiting for. Everyone's excited. This game, I'm sure, will be the most watched game of the year in the NHL. We've got the Chicago Blackhawks plus 105 and the San Jose Sharks minus 125 home favorites. You don't see the Sharks as a favorite that often. Total 6 here in this one. And obviously, I'm kidding. This is not going to be the game of the night whatsoever. Alexander Georgiev confirmed for the San Jose Sharks. No one yet confirmed for Chicago. Arvid Soderblom is unconfirmed. I know the Hawks are switching back and forth, so we'll see who starts here. And if you're looking at Blackhawks props, which you guys know I rarely ever do, it's the second line with Donato and Teravainen. Obviously, both have been producing lately. Also, both have success against the San Jose Sharks. So maybe Donato, Teravainen, you could parlay the two together for a point. The San Jose Sharks, I should have that switched up a bit. Wenberg is now on the second line with Will Smith, Celebrini on the top line with Toffoli and Eklund. So that should be kind of fixed around there. Will Smith has been playing very well recently. Unfortunately, his point prop, which we've been betting at plus money, is minus 146 at FanDuel for Will Smith to get a point, which is very unfortunate because I've really enjoyed playing him to get a point. Hopefully it goes back to plus money again in the next game, but minus 146 for Smith to get a point. There's just no value there. No value there. But we'll go back in the chat. Darcy, shutout. Shutout. No, can't happen. Not now. Alameo Terry. Yeah, I'm sure Kings fans, if there are any watching, aren't going to be laughing along. I'll probably get some angry messages after the show. Marquee matchup. There you go. Sharks money line. You're taking the Sharks as a favorite, Nick? Wow. Obviously, I don't care who wins this game, but I probably would prefer Chicago to win. I would rather them kind of move up the standings a bit and not get a top pick. But over 6, I don't think we see much defense either. I agree. Sharks. Shark emojis, says Nick. The Will Smith goal, plus 225, and assist, plus 150. All right. Maybe same game parlay, Celebrini and Bedard points. No. Bedard sucks. No, I'm kidding. Not consistent, though. And I don't understand how hot. I don't understand why you wouldn't put Bedard with Donato and Teravainen. With how well. I know they've tried it and it hasn't really worked, but yeah. Celebrini goal and assist, he's priced like everyone else now. Yeah, no value. How I wanted the Sharks on the puck line, but I have an ill feeling when I was about to bet it. Uh-oh. Did you get sick? That's not good. I'm kidding. But on to our new segment here. First, quick announcement before we get to the segment. I'm now an affiliate with OwnersBox Fantasy Sports. So what do we talk about here on the show? For the most part, player props, which is great. And OwnersBox Fantasy is also great. You've got 3 different games you can play: player picks, salary cap, and lightning lineups. Player picks, you pick between 2 to 6 picks, and you get a set amount, like a times amount in your bet for however many picks you pick. Goals, assists, points, goalie saves, block shots, hits, face-off wins. They even have time on ice, which is really interesting. Some players you can pick over, some players you can pick under. So a lot of choices there. And then the salary cap is one of my favorite games. You get $50,000 salary cap, and you have to pick 4 forwards, 3 defensemen, a goalie, and then a super flex position, which is a forward, defenseman, or a goalie. And then you compete against others, and then a certain amount of people get paid. So fantasy sports obviously goes well with this show. We're going through player props, and then you've got fantasy sports. I'm really excited for baseball around the corner and doing player props. So if you want to sign up, use promo code TEPICS when you sign up, or use the link that's in the description of the video. Leads us to our new segment, Player Picks Parlay of the Day. Some days it might be 2, some days it might be 3. I'll kind of, obviously depends on the day, but I'll be trying to give you guys at least one parlay every day on Player Picks on OwnersBox. Today, we're going with Kent Johnson over 0.5 point and Matthew Nyes over 0.5 point as our first Player Picks parlay of the day at OwnersBox. Premium plays for today. I've got one full unit premium play as well as a player prop that I did not give out on today's show. Both are available on CapperTech. Link is in the description below. If you guys are new, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you like today's show, hit the like button. Appreciate all the support. We're going to get into the chat here as we finish off the show. Congratulations, Terry. Thanks, Robert. Terry's sponsored. Eyes, not really sponsored, but yeah, I'm an affiliate with them now. OwnersBox as well. Going back here, available throughout all of Canada, and there is quite a few states it's available as well. So if you are in the States, obviously, some states not available, but I know there's a lot of states that are available. Holy shit, LOL, nice, sir. Thank you, Mr. X. That sounds sick. Yeah, and I used to do a lot of fantasy sports. And then when sports became legal in Canada, they kind of got rid of it off DraftKings for Canada, so I weren't able to do that. But yeah, it's really fun. So obviously, mix and match. You've got players. I've given you guys all the stats. Go and build your team, and then you have got like 9 players that you're rooting for the night. Great way to make some extra money and a little bit of extra fun for tonight's slate. That's wicked awesome. Thank you. Nyes anytime goal and Ken Johnson. Anytime goal parlays plus 1150. You're taking it up a step. There you go. There you go. Best of luck. Thank you for watching. And I believe we should be good to go for. Yeah, there's lots of games. Wow. 6 games tomorrow on a Friday. That's kind of interesting. But thanks everyone for watching. Best of luck on tonight's slate, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, guys.